Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike the intern, Ned Reynolds in the studio, halfway point of the week. So a guy drives across the country, goes into a New York skyscraper, and starts mowing people down with an assault rifle. Come to find out, he was actually on the wrong floor and looking for some NFL executives.
Yeah, he took, the police have determined that he was targeting the NFL front office, and he actually got the right floor, but took the wrong area, the wrong elevator up. And it would have been a whole lot worse had he gotten on the right elevator and been immediately at their office. But he wasn't. He was at the other end of the hallway, however they have it designed. And took his own life, but not before he killed a couple people and wounded a couple of others. I don't understand it. Now, his whole theory, the kid had written a note, he's only 27 years old, that he had CTE, which is the brain disease that comes from a lot of concussions and so forth. He's only 27, and you don't determine something like that unless you're deceased, and the autopsy will show it. But over and above that, this kid determined, I guess, that he had it. He did have a history of mental problems. He did have legally possession of a gun. Well, we have to do something. To augment in terms the safety of all individuals involved. And heck, when you're not even safe in your own office, when are you safe?
Oh, exactly. At any point. And it's crazy to think that you and I could be sitting in here and some crazy dude could walk right in with a gun and start shooting at us. I am a gun owner, and I do believe in the right to carry and bear arms, but I will also say that I think we need to do a hell of a lot better job of finding out the people that should not have any access to guns. And this guy in this situation is a perfect example of how we need to do better.
National database of individuals who should be explored before allowed to buy guns needs to happen.
It's the only way. When is this week's golf tournament, and why is it so important?
Well, because this is the Wyndham Classic, and it's in Greensboro, North Carolina. This is the final regular season event on the PGA Tour. You say, wait a minute, it's the early August. How can this be the final event? It is because from here on in, the next three are the FedEx tournament, and that's where you get the points. That's why the Wyndham Classic, which is not a big payday, but is important for the points. If certain golfers involved get a number of points, they can qualify for the 70 players. That's all there are on that FedEx three-match tour, and then it ends up with 30, and the winner gets $20 million. Well, this is a big deal coming up. So we'll see who is able to emerge in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Wyndham Classic, and that starts tomorrow.
Good luck to them. It looks like it might be the end of the road for someone on the Kansas City Royals.
It might be. Here's Rich Hill, who was called up over the weekend from the Omaha Storm Chasers. And when he took the hill, he was the oldest player in Major League Baseball at 45. Well, he didn't have too bad an outing in his first showing, but last night, or actually 2 nights ago, he walked 6 batters, and there were 16 walks in the game that went over 3 hours. And the Royals, well, you just can't have something like this. So they gave him designated for reassignment, which cut him from the team. Whether or not he gets picked up by anybody else, very problematic. Rich Hill, in his time, very effective pitcher, but at age 45, maybe the end of the road.
He's older than I am, and still got to play the game for as long as I've got to sit here and play records for you, Ned. Cardinals at home right now against the Miami Marlins, and hopefully can right the ship.
Didn't last night. It looked like it would be a great pitcher's battle, and was for a while. Sonny Gray for the Cardinals, and Sandy Alcantara, a former Cardinal, on the hill, a former Cy Young Award winner as well for the Miami Marlins. Alcantara is coming off Tommy John surgery, and it's still taking him some time to recover. At the start of the season, he wasn't very good. He was having trouble with control. Well, he's begun to master that now. Cardinals got shut out by Miami 5-0. Alcantara went about 5 innings and pitched very well. Actually, so did Sonny Gray, but he gave up a 2-run home run to Xavier Edwards, and it went really downhill. The Cardinals only got 4 hits for the night and were unable to challenge the Miami Marlins. So it's Miami 5 and the Cardinals nothing, and they will play again tonight up at Busch Stadium.
And the Royals are facing off also at home against the Sometimes a little tough, Atlanta Braves.
Well, Atlanta played them tough last night, but the Royals were tougher. And the Royals had the long ball going for them. Vinny Pasquantino, 3 for 5 with a 2-run homer. Bobby Witt Jr. had a couple of RBIs. And Seth Lugo, who has just signed an extension to his contract, while he was not great, gave up 3 runs and 7 hits and struck out 5 in his 5 innings on the hill. He was effective. The Royals win the game 9-6. Atlanta just has problems with their team, and here they lost the Acuna kid here for a while. He had to leave the game with another injury. He's been out much of the season, so it has been a star-crossed year for Atlanta. But Kansas City still theoretically in the hunt. 9-6 winners over Atlanta. Springfield Cardinals opened up a home series with the Arkansas Travelers, and the Springbirds won the first game of 6. 3-2 was the final. Springfield 3, Arkansas 2, and they will play the rest of the series coming up at Hammonds Field, continuing with tonight's game.
The thing about the Royals pitching that is super aggravating is when you see that pitch count at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
They had one the other night that was 180 pitches. That's batting practice, my friend, and you got to fix that right now. All right, kind of an exciting Braves-Reds baseball game this weekend. What's so big about it?
Because they're not playing in either Cincinnati or Atlanta. They're playing, this is being called the Speedway Classic. It is a regular season game. It counts. But where are they playing it? The Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. And this is designed to perhaps set the all-time single-game record for Major League Baseball. And it probably will. They're already approaching 90,000 fans for the game. All right, it's going to occur. The Bristol Motor Speedway, Bristol, Tennessee, folks, is right on the border between Tennessee and Virginia. Half the town, it may not literally be half, but some of it is in Virginia and some of it in Tennessee. The Speedway is by maybe half a mile in Tennessee. All right, that's fine. NASCAR has gave them the go-ahead to reconfigure the infield, so they're going to have a baseball game in there. It'll be the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves on Saturday night, but they also have a very big show planned prior to that. A lot of country music going on. It's country music area down there in Tennessee and Virginia and so forth. Then it'll be a big show, but the object is here for Major League Baseball to break the record and have more than 85,000 fans on hand. The record that they'll break has stood for 71 years. 71 years. Think about that. That's 1954. I was a kid. You weren't even thought of then. And the fact of the matter remains, it still is a record that has stood all those years, but probably will be broken this weekend.
It'll be interesting to see how they pull it off. Are they giving away tickets?
Oh, no. There's fairly expensive, but like $25, $30 somewhere around there.
I'm just curious. I mean, you would think if you want to hit that record, and that's the most important thing, I just have them stack up at the gas station and take 2, please.
Well, you got to remember now that many of them are coming in to see Tim McGraw, and I think Pitbull, I think, is going to be there, and several other big stars of the entertainment world, as it's a show, but the baseball game is the primary objective.
Probably something you didn't think you'd hear today. Ned Reynolds referencing Pitbull. Sir, you have a good one.
One of my all-time favorites.